Hey everyone, welcome to another Coral Island video. Today we're going to be talking about the August 2021 dev update. Now, Starway Games did skip out on the July 2021 developer update. It's probably because they released the game. Some of us were thinking they weren't going to post another one in August, but it looks like they did, and I'm happy they did, and that maybe means that from now on they'll be posting developer updates at the end of every month, which is I'm really excited about. For those people that are not playing the alpha, this is something that's welcome, and I think something that's needed, because people that aren't playing the alpha, they just don't know what's going on with the game, how it looks, and this kind of gives a little glimpse of what the game looks and how it plays and the changes they're making. So today it's a little casual video. I'm gonna be going over the Stairway Games developer update that they posted on their own website. They also posted on Twitter, Kickstarter, everywhere. But I'm just going to be going over this page with you one by one. I haven't really checked it out too much. I've seen a little bit of the images, but let's go ahead and look over this. First, they say, welcome to August 2021 Coral Island development update. And they say, please check out our Steam page to wishlist the game and find out more information about it. Monthly developer updates are back. For this month's developer update, we will share more details of the alpha version 0.02 update. So as this says, developer updates are back, so that means we can expect one in the September 2021. So the alpha version 0.02 will launch today, when I'm recording this and when this was uploaded on August 31st, 8 p.m. PDT. So anyway, over 20,000 players participated in the alpha version 0.01 of the game. And then they say, thank you so much for providing feedback on the game, sharing your impressions, and of course, submitting those pesky bugs. And then they included this little image again. They did the same thing right before version 0.01 came out, where they were talking about things that are going to release and more information about that. Also, if you want me to go more into detail about this, there will be a Everything Coral Island podcast that will be uploaded next week. So expect one on Wednesday, September 8th, where me and Sarah Sunstone are just going to be going over this whole developer update. It's probably going to be a really long one because we're going to go over every little detail, and this is a pretty long developer update. So if you're excited about that or just want to hear more about Coral Island, because I know everybody just wants more content at the moment, definitely check that out. Go subscribe to that channel. It's always a good time, and we already have about 16 episodes uploaded. So going over the stuff that's going to be released or already is released for version 0.02, and let's go over the general stuff. I'm just going to be going over really quick. I'm not really going to be going into detail about a lot of this stuff because, again, we're going to cover this in the podcast. And if I did this would be a really long episode, and I want to keep it kind of short. So the Earth theme mining is unlocked, as well as diving zone 10 meters. I think that was broken in the version 0.01. Blacksmith upgrades, lab upgrades, character customizer, 12 spring crops, skill tree tier 1, basic crafting, basic questing, basic museum, basic weather, basic decor mode, basic world music, basic UI, new mastery skill, new UI, WIP, process fossil and nodes, branching, and build farm buildings. Now it's interesting because some of this stuff I believe has already been unlocked, like for example the earth theme mining, basic crafting, basic questing, the basic museum. That's already been unlocked, I believe, or at least they had that in their previous developer update where they kind of showed the same image. So it looks like they're adding on a little bit and just going overall what the game's going to have in this version 0.02. So some of the stuff is probably already in the game, and some of the stuff is just coming out for this version 0.02. So I don't think everything's new, but some stuff are new. Like for example, Sam's General Store was announced that it's already going to be there. Same as the museum and the lab and Charles' house. But some of the things that they did add is the ranch and fish and sip, the tavern. Also, like the previous developer update where they showed this image, there is also NPC dialogue, and they added 4 new people: Emily, Bree, Ava, and Kenny. Really excited about that. And the NPC hard cutscenes, they added Millie, Connor. Well, actually, they added everybody. So this is something that wasn't in the previous version, but now you have NPC hard cutscene. I'm excited to see what that's about and how that's gonna work. So nobody's seen it yet, so I'm really excited about that. But I do say please know that all cutscenes to be released are a work in progress and very early in development. We are testing the logic to spawn them properly. So a lot of this stuff is probably going to change or is likely to change. Also, can we give appreciation for this dog, pig, and crab? It's really cool art. I don't think it was in the last one, but it's really cool additions. And next we have ranching, and then they say chicken army. So what's a farm sim game without the ability to ranch and raise some chicken? Ranching is now available to test for alpha players. Right now you're limited to raising chickens. We're excited to receive feedback. So you can see here, this must be a bug that they had, or maybe this is how it's going to look like, because maybe if you don't have fences, the chickens are just going to roam around. But you can see you can just raise chickens, which is really cool. I know there's still going to be, you know, cows and peacocks and pigs and sheep and all that stuff. So hopefully we'll get that as soon as possible. But right now we have chickens. They look really cool, and it gives you a little glimpse of what the alpha looks like as well. And I'm assuming we'll have coops in there, so that'd be really cool. So when this video releases, the version 0.02 is already released. I'm just uploading it a day later. I could probably upload it today, but I think it's better if I just upload it tomorrow. If you're listening to this video, this stuff's already in the game. Also, a sneak peek at our new grass models, which is this right here. And you can see them like flowing around different directions. Same as with the eggplant. It's really cool how immersive this whole game is, especially with these little details with the grass and the plants. Even the chickens, you know, their tails and their heads just bobbling around. And then they go on to say, for now, you'll be able to purchase a chicklet, a cut surprise awaits you, or chicken at the ranch. As you care for them, you'll gain relationship points that will impact the size of the product an animal produces. So if your chicken hates you, it might not even produce any eggs. But if your chicken really likes you, maybe it'll produce the biggest eggs. And you know, if it's a little indifferent about you, it'll just produce like medium or to small sized eggs. So that's really cool. I don't think they ever announced that they're gonna put that kind of dynamic into the game. So then let's talk about my favorite part of the developer update, and that's the skill tree. So they've reworked a skill system in the game to make the act of mastering aspects of farm life more rewarding. Now you'll learn a specific experience points into different masteries depending on what you do. For example, clearing debris on your farm and harvesting crops will yield farming experience. And then they showed an image of what the skill tree looks like. We have seen some images of this before, but it looks like they reworked it in a way that looks a little bit better into different categories. I think it looks really neat. So one of the skills that you can unlock is using the scythe to harvest crops. After gaining enough experience, you'll level up the mastery and earn points to spend on skills. In addition, as you gain more levels, you'll also unlock crafting recipes, which is really cool. There's not a specific thing for like a specific tree for crafting, but like let's say in combat, if you level up all the way, maybe you'll get a cool sword or like something really cool that you can craft that specifically that will help you in combat. Next, let's go over to the revamped exteriors. We continue to revamp and finalize many of the buildings in the game. For this month, we want to highlight the ranch and the fish and sip, which is the tavern. So we can see this is the image of the ranch. It looks amazing. I really love the color and the style of the roof and just the exterior. I like the silo to the left. It looks kind of like the carpenter shop. So this is where you will purchase all your ranching needs. Next, we have the fish and sip, and this is where all the Coral Islanders will go hang out. And because this is the tavern, we've seen pictures. I think there was some thought that the tavern and fish and sip are going to be two different things, but I think this confirms that they're the same thing. So this is where like the bar is going to be, and where you can get food, and where you're going to sing. Or that's where we're going to see Theo play his guitar. And now let's talk about the revamped interiors. Accompanying the new exteriors are completely reworked interior spaces for the ranch and tavern. To coincide with the ranch update, we also made updates to the level 1 coop interior. So this first picture is the inside of a coop, which is actually bigger than I thought it would be. The buildings that we've seen in the, previously in Alpha and the trailers and stuff, they're pretty small, but I guess when you get inside them, they're a lot bigger. And next we got the interior of the ranch. Now this is really cool. It looks like this is where you're going to be able to not just buy animals, but also buy the products to, keep plants and animals possibly. I think it's probably just animals, but maybe there'll be seeds that you can buy. I think I do see like fertilizer and like seeds a little bit in there. And then there also, it looks like that might be Surya's bedroom or something to the right, because there's a little kitchen and a bed. This interior looks really cool, and I'm happy that, you know, people that aren't playing the alpha can kind of see this, see how the game is progressing and how the game does look a little bit different, or I would say a lot more different than the first trailer. And of course, we got the coolest interior in the game, and oh my god, and the tavern doesn't even look the same. Like in the first trailer, it looked kind of old, kind of clunky a little bit. Just not, I didn't think it was that cool. It was not a place I would probably go hang out with, but they revamped this thing so much. It just looks modern but old at the same time. You got a place to hang out, place to eat, place to grab drinks. And then of course Theo's gonna be back there singing with his guitar. This looks really cool, and I think it does give you more incentive to go hang out there. There's also upstairs, but that's probably where, you know, the bedrooms are. And real quick, let's go over the other updates. So they added a work in progress news channel, added a work in progress shopping channel, which is pretty interesting. So maybe you'll be able to buy clothes and they'll be shipped to you, kind of like, you know, Amazon or whatever. They're experimenting with a new mouse hover based UI, optimized memory usage in the game. So maybe if you are on an older device and your game didn't work, it might be worth it to check it out again to see if it does work now. Now you can process fossils and nodes of the blacksmith and lab, and much more behind the scenes. So maybe there'll be some sort of Easter eggs and just stuff they just didn't post on developer update. That's new. And then we got a cool wallpaper, and this is pretty cool if they do this for every developer update. They just do a new wallpaper, and you know, people can update it every month. It looks like it's done by David, most likely. It seems like his art, and it's Raphael with some seals right on the beach. It's a really cool image, and you know, if you want this in your background, to check out the developer update, check out their Twitter, their Discord. They post these everywhere. So this is something that's really cool, and I'll have the developer update in the description if you did want to check it out and read it for yourself. And lastly, with all the other developer updates, they post a bug of the month. So they say our lovely alpha players have been submitting bugs left and right for this month, and we want to highlight the bug that Discord user Mr. NBD1103 found. But basically what's going on, it looks like it, you know, the user is on a butterfly, and the butterfly is flying around, and it looks like he's hovering, but he's on a butterfly, and I didn't know you could ride it. I mean, obviously it's not intended, but I wish I known that. And look, they probably already fixed this, so if you're trying this out, it's probably not gonna work. So but this is something that's really cool, and yeah, I mean, this is the cool thing about the alpha, is that you'll find many bugs like this, and it's always good to report them, because while they are fun, it's better to just get them fixed so the next user, you know, doesn't have to get annoyed about that, and eventually it could be a game breaking bug. And lastly, they say what's next, and they say our target is to release a content update every month during the alpha. Next month for the alpha version 0.03, we hope to release fishing gameplay, more revamped buildings, and the ability to care for cows. There was a lot to unpack. I thought this was going to be a pretty short video. I was trying to go as fast as I can, but it seems like it's already going to be over 10 minutes, which is fine. And if you really want to, you know, I feel like the podcast that we're going to have on September 8th is probably going to be like a solid hour and a half, maybe, depending how much we talk. But there's just so much to unpack here, and just so much content that we can talk about. I'm really excited to play this version. It's going to be coming out August 31st, September 1st, but whenever you watch this, it'll be out. So definitely, you know, boot up the game. If you don't have the alpha, that's okay. I think sometimes it's better to wait, and by then there'll be so much content for you when, you know, the open alpha or, you know, the full game releases. But anyway, that's all I want to talk about. This was kind of an unexpected video that I was going to make. I don't know when my next one is, but I'm really glad I made this one. I had a ton of fun. And if you did enjoy this video, give this video a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.